All right. Good morning, everybody. We're going to work with a bit of core today. So pace yourselves, take care of yourselves, all of that stuff. And then we're going to get this upper body opened up a little bit. So hopefully it's just a nice, well-rounded yoga class. And we're going to start with, start seated, excuse me. And there is a yoga breath. If you've been taking classes lately, most of the classes, the last few anyway, I've been trying to introduce a little bit more pranayama, a little bit more breath work. And today, I want to play with this idea of Kapalabahti, or, oh shoot, I just went blank. Kapalabahti, skull shining, they call it skull shining breath. And it is a sharp, um, inward contraction of the lower belly as if you were coughing. So before we get into that, I realize I haven't even centered us. So let's start by centering. We'll be thinking about Kapalabhati the whole time. So just start by sitting well. Move the flesh out from the sit bones. Feel your spine get nice and tall. Take care of your knees, your hips, your ankles in the seat of your choice. And just feel your breath kind of normally, naturally. So without even taking a deep breath, just inhale and exhale. One of the challenges, keep on breathing, but one of the challenges just in life is taking deep enough breaths on a regular enough schedule, or regular enough during the course of the day, to make sure we're getting all that crap out of the lungs, all of the waste products out of the lungs, exercising the lungs, the heart, the ribs, the diaphragm, and it keeps us so much healthier. So that ability to take in a good long deep breath, to exhale a long good deep breath really makes a difference. So just start to increase the breath a little and let it all come out. Good. One more nice deep breath here. And exhale it out. And then thinking of Kapalabhati breath, or skull shining breath. If you were to place a hand on your belly and just cough, do an artificial cough, like a, like a, right? And you feel that, that kind of pulling in of the abdominal muscles as you cough, right? So that is the kind of motion. I'm really trying to simplify this, but that's kind of the motion. The challenge to Kapalabhati is you take a nice inhale, you fully exhale, and then that exhale is this, right? So I'm breathing out fast through my nose. I am contracting my belly as if I were coughing. I don't know that you could do this through your mouth, but maybe, right? That's not how it's taught, but if you're stuffy or you want to try that first, certainly we could do that. And the reason they call it a skull, I keep calling it the other thing, a skull shining breath, is because it is supposed to, like, they say that it was the yogi's high of the day, that it just like really expands your brain activity and your attention span, and it brings a lot of focus to your body, to your mind. So very quick explanation there. Let's just play with it. Don't worry about making it perfect. And so I'll just say one more thing. So you, right, do all of that, and then you take a deep breath in and you exhale it out normally. So so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go for 5 rounds. Each round is probably going to be 10 to 15 sharp inhales, or exhales rather, and then we'll just see how we feel. All right. So once again, sit well, nice and tall, everybody. Take a nice, first a regular breath. So inhale and exhale. All right. So here we start. Inhale first. Exhale your breath. And then begin. Take a deep breath in. Regular exhale. And you might already feel just like a little lightheadedness. You can feel a little like you've hyperventilated a little. That's okay. Just take an extra normal breath. You should go right back to normal. All right, round two. Exhale first, and then sharp exhales and inhales. Inhale. Woo. Exhale normal. Round three. Inhale first. Exhale it. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale another normal breath here. Inhale normal. Exhale normal. Inhale round four. Exhale and begin. Inhale. Exhale normal. One more normal breath. Exhale normally. Last one, Kapalabahti. Inhale. Exhale. Begin. And inhale. Whew, and exhale. So you might notice just that little lightheadedness. I always find that interesting. And what I noticed for me, because I don't do Kabbalah a lot, is those fourth round, fifth round, I was feeling a bit of fatigue there, a little bit of tiredness through the abdominals. Were you, Betty? Yeah. So, and it just tells me about the tone of the diaphragm, those abdominal muscles, and how when we don't use it, we can lose it, all of that kind of stuff, which brings us to core, right? So, want you to lay down, grab your strap, come down onto your backs, have your feet on the floor, and just maybe get a sense of that belly. Take the arms overhead, stretch the legs nice and long, and just give yourself a big stretch through the mid belly. Big, 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 deep stretch, and then just soften it and let it go. Good. One more here. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs, maybe squeeze the glutes. And exhale, let it go. Good. And then bend your knees again. Take the strap around your left foot. Take that left foot up to the ceiling. If your hamstrings on that left side allow, go ahead and straighten your right leg. Both feet are flexed, both feet as if they were stepping on a floor. So notice if you tend to kind of curl in, curl out with either foot. Usually I have to press through my big toe mound and just stretch this hamstring At the same time, take your right hand to your right thigh and press that right thigh down, and kind of, it's an isometric move, but down and away from the hip. So I'm really pressing down on that right thigh as I stretch the left leg. Now, again, if this hamstring is super tight, please keep your left or your right leg bent, okay? So don't overdo here. It's early. So from here, I want you to release the strap from your foot. Take your hands behind your knee, press the shoulders down, and then push your leg into your arms until your arms can go no straighter. So I'm really pushing, I'm really resisting with that hand. And then bring the leg up closer. Maybe the hand slides up the leg toward the foot to go for a little bit deeper stretch. Just one more here. Slide the hands behind the knee. Reach it, push it, push it, really pushes. If you could take that leg to the floor and then bring the leg back up towards ceiling. Maybe it slides, the hands slide up closer to ankle. Good. And then release the hands. If your lower back is chatty, I would take the hands under the sacrum just for extra support. I want you to take the left leg at a diagonal. So you're moving it away from you. It's hanging out in space, maybe 45-ish degrees, or maybe where a 2 o'clock would be on a clock. I want you to press down through your right leg and squeeze the heck out of your right glute. And breathe. Tone your belly, everybody. Hands come behind your head. As you exhale, lift your head, your neck, your upper back toward the ceiling. Try not to overcrank on the neck. Breathe. All right, so here's the hard work. Lift the right leg if you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower the right leg. Slowly lower the body. Take the left leg back up. And breathe. Yep, feel that hammy. I know. All right, so here we go. A little bit more. Now, if that was really tough, I want you to stay there. If it was too tough, the leg stays higher. If it was so-so, take the leg a little bit lower. Trust me, this is gonna be harder. I want you to press your belly ribs down to the floor. Squeeze that lower belly, lift your head neck. So I'm not cranking on my head, so try not to. Squeeze both legs. See if you can lift the right leg just an inch or two. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the right leg, lower your head, lift the left leg back up to the ceiling. Bend your knee, bring your knee toward your chest and straighten that leg. Whoo, right? Simple. Bend both knees. Grab your strap, take it around your right leg. Take the right leg up to the ceiling. Ooh, start here. How's this side compared to the other side? We listen to our bodies in yoga. We trust our bodies, right? So we listen and see what they need today. Maybe that left leg stays bent. Maybe it goes straight. You decide for you, and then take your left hand and press down the left thigh. Find your breath, everybody. Shoulders are to the floor. Big, deep breath. Good. Then release the strap. Take the hands behind your knee. Press the shoulders down to the floor. Push the right leg away from you. The whole time that low belly is toned. I'm pushing. I'm not going to let go though. And then bring the leg back up toward the ceiling. Maybe slide the hands closer to your foot. Bigger, deeper stretch. Don't overdo it. Woo, this side is always tighter for me. Good, release. Take the hands back behind the knee. Push those hands into the leg into the hands. Really resist, everybody. Keep the left side grounded. And then that leg comes back up toward the ceiling. Maybe the hands slide toward the foot as you go a little bit deeper in your stretch. Big deep breath, everybody. You got it. And then release the hands. Maybe they go underneath, maybe not. If not, press the hands to the floor and take the right leg at a diagonal for you. And notice, right? So, what we don't want, and I should have said this on the other side, is a big, big arch in the lower back. You want to press down through the belly, through the backside, so that you don't just land in your lower back. So we're here, the hands are on the floor or underneath. Squeeze the left glutes and see if you can lift your head first. Goodness gracious, forgot about that part. Breathe, squeeze your left glute, see if you can lift your left leg. Yeah, breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, lower the upper body. Woo, breathe. I forgot what I did with this leg on the other side. Take it back up to the ceiling. You can use your hands if you need to. That's it. Exhale, everybody. Okay, round 2. You're either going lower or the same or a little bit higher. Focus, focus, focus. Squeeze in through the belly, hip, lift your upper body. Hold here. Feel that. If you can, lift the left leg. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg, lower the head. Take the right leg up, bend the knee, bring it in toward chest. Woo, and shake it out. Both knees come to chest, everybody. Sorry, I forgot to cue this. You're going to need a block. So roll up if you need to. Grab your block. Come on, back down. You're going to take that block in between your thighs. It's either going to be narrow or second width. For me, second width feels better. For you, it might be narrow that feels better. It's right between your thighs, above your knees. So I want you to squeeze your block. Draw the shoulders down to the floor. Take the legs up to that 90-90. We do this a lot. And then notice, right, if my knees are too close to my chest, my belly goes soft. If my knees move away from my belly a little bit, it gets much more toned. I want you to press down into the floor. Squeeze your block, don't over squeeze. Hands come behind your head. And then just simply lift your head, neck, shoulders off the floor. Squeeze your block, everybody. Good. 1, you're here. 2, the right arm reaches past the right leg. Breathe, keep squeezing your block. Still okay. Left arm also reaches past left leg, right? So watch the head, neck here. Try not to overdo it. Breathe, squeeze your block, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And slowly lower down. Bring those knees toward your chest. Turn your head one way and then the other way. Come back to center, 90 degrees. Squeeze your block. Listen up. Your left leg is going to go straight up to the ceiling. Your right leg stays bent. Find that. Hands behind your head. Lift your head, neck, and breathe. You're going to leave your right hand behind your head. You're going to reach your left arm, listen up, across, right? Across to the outside of your right knee. Squeeze both. And then switch and switch. Switch. So opposite arm to leg and switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left leg. Breathe. 1, you're here. 2, here we go. Right arm reaches past the left leg. And then switch. 1, 2, 3. Yep. 4. Squeeze your block. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release. Knees come to chest. We're almost done with this. I hope you're still with me. Don't give up. Don't give up. Woo. All right. 90 degrees. Listen up. Remember that Kapalabahti? Yes, yes, yes. You're going to take your hands on either side of your mat. And then you're going to push your hands down like you're trying to tear the mat or stretch your yoga mat. And when you do that, you should feel your torso just get a little bit longer. Okay, so keep that tension there. Shoulders are down. I want you to take a deep inhale. Exhale it out. And Kapalabahti, here we go. And breathe. Bring your knees to your chest. One more normal breath. Hands go back at your sides, the shoulder or down the sides of your mat, shoulders go down. Pull the mat away from you so that your torso gets longer. Either legs are at 90 or they're straight up, okay? That will be just a little bit harder. Inhale, Kapalabahti breath, exhale. Here we go. And inhale, bend the knees, knees to chest, release your hands. Maybe you're feeling this, little bit of core work, right? Kapalabhati breath is awesome for strengthening the diaphragm, right? You'll notice that you're going to start to breathe deeper. All right, last one here. Your knees are either going to be 90 or your legs are going to be straight, or you're going to have a slight diagonal, the toes point. Much harder. Make sure you feel no strain in your lower back. Grab the sides of your yoga mat, push that yoga mat away from you to lengthen your spine. Press your shoulders into the floor. Here we go. Inhale, squeeze your block, by the way. Exhale, Kapalabhati breath. And release, knees to chest, everybody. Good job. Just kind of rock those knees side to side. We'll stretch these bellies out in a minute. Last spit here. Take that block between your ankles. I actually have them above my ankles, kind of more at the low shins. So they're not at the feet. I'm trying to make that clear. They're not at the feet, they're above the feet. Squeeze your block and notice how that feels in your belly. Hands are either at the sides, grab your yoga mat, push your hands away, lengthen your spine, or especially for those of you who play with a tender low back, hands underneath your sacrum, just try to draw the shoulders down. All right, so here we are. I want you to lower the legs just a little bit. Squeeze your block, tone your belly. Optional here, the arms go overhead, your thumbs are touching. Those arms overhead are going to make this a little bit harder. As you inhale, bring the legs up. As you exhale, take them down at a diagonal. If you start to overarch in your lower back, you have gone too far. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. If you want to go lower, you can. Inhale up. Exhale, low. Squeeze your belly, everybody. Inhale up. Exhale, low. Two more. Inhale up. Squeeze your block. Exhale, low. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale up. Listen up. Everybody take hands underneath your sacrum. I want you to flex your feet hard and slow, 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 lower those heels all the way to the floor. Oh. Grab your block, take it with you. Bring your knees to your chest. Whew. That's it. Take that block right between your knees and take the block at its widest setting. Widest setting. Take the arms to cactus pose. Tone through your belly. Let both knees go to your right Open up that left side chest. Your knees are quite wide apart because your block is there keeping them apart. It's on purpose. Now squeeze your belly, press the knees up, go over to your left. If this is too much, don't go all the way to the floor or use your hands to help your knees, okay? Don't go into your back. All right, squeeze up, go over to the right, squeeze up, go to the left, and switch. And switch, we're almost done. And switch, squeeze the block. And switch, good, listen up. Heading back to the right, I want you to stop halfway down. So my knees are heading to the right, but they're not going. I'm holding, I'm working isometric work for the obliques. Breathe, 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 breathe. Center, go to the left, go part way down. I won't even say halfway down, go part way down. Come to the middle, grab your block, take it out. Take both legs up to the ceiling, open both legs wide. I'm going to move away from the wall a little bit. Just stretch out those inner thighs. Good, breathe everybody. And then squeeze the legs in like you're going through mud. Open them up wide. Squeeze them up and wide. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And wide, last one, squeeze it in and go wide. And then take those knees back to chest, roll over to one side and come on up. Holy moly, that was a whole bunch of core work in a very short period of time. Whew. All right, let's come to table pose. Now, if you would like your blanket under your knees, please go ahead and do that. Cushion those knees, take care of yourselves. And I was watching another teacher, and it was an interesting thing. She said that if your wrists bother you, consider turning them out and making the hands wider than you're used to see if that makes a difference for you. So I'm always up for trying new things. If that works for you, consider it. But it is, again, that external rotation of those upper shoulders that helps you engage that upper back, which hopefully helps you keep some of that pressure off your wrist. So spread the fingers wide, press through the whole hand, and then tone through the belly, press your right leg back. Lift the right leg up, point your toes. Good, I want you to bring that knee into chest, squeeze it in, curl, and then press out and lift. Squeeze in, don't overlift here. And 3, squeeze in. 4, reach out. Last one. 5, hold here. Tone the belly, level out the ribs, left arm out, balancing table. That's it. Find your breath. Now, I don't want you to do Kapalabahti, but I want you to think about it and tone in through that space in the belly. Find your breath, everybody. Release the hand, release the knee, shake out that wrist, and switch sides. Left leg back. Squeeze in through the belly, lift the leg. Find your breath. Here we go. Let right arm lifts. Breathe. Hold your balancing table. We'll come to knee to chest in a minute. Squeeze in. And let go of the hand, and then 5, knee to chest. Squeeze in, reach out. Squeeze in, reach, squeeze in, and reach. Last one. And reach. Lower that knee to the floor. Step forward with your right foot. Grab your yoga blocks. And let your hands rest on the yoga blocks as we stretch through that front quad or that left side quadricep muscle. thigh muscle. See, you all, you've been taking my classes for a while. You probably sound so smart, right? You can talk to your friends and go, I was working my quadricep muscles the other day. And you'll know what you're talking about, right? Because that's all I talk about is stretching this and fixing that. And all right. So here we are in this lunge. If you can, I want you to flip toes under and lift the knee. Squeeze the upper inner thighs together. And then just feel this belly, right? Feel this belly work as you kind of curl up into your chest, like you're doing this weird lunge and a cat at the same time. And then release. Good. Exhale, curl, 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 stretching through that back spine. And release. One more time. Stretch, 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 stretch. And release. From here, see if you can straighten the front leg, any amount. If you want to go higher on your blocks, that makes perfect sense. It takes some of that weight off of the hands and the wrists. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other. Your hips are nice and level. You're lengthening your body out, out, out. Breathe. And then same thing, I want you to curl and straighten. Front leg stays relatively straight. Curl it in and straighten. One more, curl and straighten. Bend your front knee. Lower that knee to the floor. Unleash your toes. Step back with your right leg. Step forward with your left leg. And breathe. So we're starting in this nice, easy, relatively easy lunge. Your blocks are either up high or they're second level for most of us. We're just stretching out through the right quadricep, right? You can say it with me. I'm stretching my right quadricep. And then from here, I want you to do that same weird cat thing. I want you to curl and release. Exhale, curl, curl, curl. Think about your belly. Inhale, last one. Curl it in and release. Lift that knee off the floor. I think we did the cat or the cat with the knee lifted before. Doesn't really matter. Your blocks can be high or low. Go ahead and straighten your front leg. By the way, you can have that knee on the floor, right? Your right knee can be on the floor. You can be doing this just with knee down. Same thing. And let's curl up and release it. And curl, front leg straight and release. One more, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze and release. Bend your front knee, listen up. Just walk your blocks a little bit forward, but make sure they're steady and then push off your back foot, come forward. Bend your knees, hands to knees and come on up to standing. Good, roll it out, shake it out, everybody. Woo. Feel that body, right? So I want you to take the heels of both hands right to the crease where your leg bends from your hip. So press in nice and strong and then come into a little squat. Bring the elbows back behind you so that they're not just splaying out and rolling your shoulders forward. Now push into those thighs, like really push. Tone the lower belly in, pull your shoulders back and breathe. From this position, lift your right heel. So it's like we're doing these heel lifts with weight. Lift your left, lift your right. Left, right. Yep, couple more. Left, right, left, right. Last one, left. And lower. From here, you're still in this weird squat position. You're pushing on those thighs. Lift your right foot, step back with your right leg. Your front knee is bent. It's got good alignment. Take your right arm up. Keep pushing on your left thigh. Push strong and breathe. Keep that push on your left thigh. Straighten your left leg. Tilt your body forward. Be mindful. And then either both hands come to your shin, one hand stays at your thigh, I kind of like that, or that right hand comes to the floor. I forgot to cue the block, so you can take your hand to a block if it's close. I still have a lot of pressure on my left upper thigh. All right, so from here, bend your front knee, lift your right arm. Breathe, push on your left thigh, take your right hand to your right thigh and step forward and stand up. Shake it out. Both hands, both thighs. Come on down. It's a little baby squat here. It's kind of like if you had two dumbbells and you're holding these dumbbells here. So you're putting extra weight on the legs, working these leg muscles a little bit more, and you've got some traction to create a focal point, which helps with balance. So that's the reason why we're doing this craziness. So push down. Draw the shoulders back, draw the elbows back. Try not to curl all up in the front, okay? Lift your left heel. Step your left heel back. Keep the pressure. Breathe. Take the left arm up. Keep pushing down into your right thigh. Breathe, everybody. You got this. Straighten your right leg. Take your left arm forward. You can either take that hand down to floor, block, or your right shin, but keep the pressure of your right hand on that leg. Tone through your belly. Find your breath. Good. Bend your knee, front knee. Lift up. Keep the pressure on. Hand comes to left thigh. Step forward. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake. Take the feet just a little bit wider. The hands are on both thighs. I want you to push down, okay? Push down, push down, push down. Now sit back. Try to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Your behind goes way further back. Ideally, your knees to ankles are getting close to lining up. Hold that pressure. Lean forward, straighten your legs. I'm only halfway. I'm only halfway down, right? I'm pressing into my thighs. I'm trying to press my thighs back into my hands. Now try to spread the legs apart, isometrically. Feel the work. Bend your knees. Lift your chest. Stand up. All right, last one here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart, chair pose. Think about those hands pushing down on those thighs, okay? Breathe. Hands stay at heart, chest stays lifted. Press the legs out isometrically. One, you're here. A lot of you are going to hang out right here. Some of you are going to see if you can come to the ball mounds. Woo! And breathe. This is a bunch of work for those legs, so be mindful. Everybody take chest low, whether you're on ball mounds or not. Spread the arms back and behind. Breathe. If you're on the ball mounds, drop the heels. Press the knees away from each other. Stand up. And exhale. Shake it out. Woo, roll it out, everybody. And come on back to the front of your mat. You're probably going to want your blocks, so I would keep them nearby. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Soften the knee. Step back with your right leg. Nice long lunge here. Toes are all pointing forward. If you can, grab your hands to your blocks. Your blocks are underneath your shoulders. Press the right hip back as if that hand were on the thigh. Press it back until your front leg is, again, relatively straight. Some of us can straighten our leg here. That's not even an issue. Some of us need a bend in that leg, either for your hams, your hamstrings, or for your hips. So don't worry about it if your knees bend. Now, pull the hands back isometrically to lengthen your chest. Do you feel that? I'm not worried about bringing my nose down to my knee. I want to lengthen my chest. Now press into your back leg. Everybody breathe. Press into your big toe in the front. Find your pose. I want you to bend your knee. Walk your blocks forward and step forward. Bend both knees. Hands come to thighs. Lift your chest. Chair pose. Stand up. Exhale. I told Betty earlier we were doing shoulder or chest or upper body work. And it's not even April Fool's Day. Oh, all right, shake it out, everybody. Just feel. So I was telling Betty earlier, there was a study done that leg strength, leg and hip strength, but particularly leg strength, was a strong indicator for healthy aging. If we have strong legs, right, we're going to find ourselves aging better, aging more healthfully. So we want to focus on the legs, right? We want these babies to carry us through life as long as we can. All right, other side. Here we go. Open up the shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, hands come down. They can come to blocks as long as you feel stable. You're going to lift and step back, left leg. Find that sweet lunge to start. You can bring the knee down, right? Of course you can. Don't worry about that. But when you're ready, I want you to straighten that right leg to your level. It's like somebody's pressing that thigh back. Don't hyperextend the knee. Keep it soft. Hands are on your blocks. Your back leg is relatively straight. If you need to drop the heel, that's okay. If your pose is too long, shorten it. And then we notice, right, we're almost in this kind of weird cat pose, but I want to take the cat out of the pose. So I'm going to pull back isometrically on those blocks and lengthen my spine. Head, neck, pretty neutral. The elbows are pointing back, not sideways. Breathe. You can lower the elbows if you want, but it's not about that. It's, for me, I'm keeping tension on the block so that I can get as long a spine as I can. Nice level hips. Breathe. And then bend your front knee. Walk the blocks forward. What that does is help with some stability when you step forward. Bend your knees. Hands to knees, lift up, chair pose. Find your breath. And then stand up and shake it out. Yep, shake, shake, shake. Good. And then just go ahead and grab your strap. Boy, time is flying today. Grab your strap. We're just going to ease up on the shoulders just a little bit with all that weight we're putting there. So hold your strap wide. You can stand tall. You can take the legs wide but straight. If you want a little bit more leg work, go ahead and go into a nice little goddess squat. Take the arms up, reach them back. And reach. That's it. Now, even in this pose, right? If you're very limber in your lumbar spine, you can tend to arch here. All of us have our curves there, and some are deeper than others. But make sure you're not just spilling your pelvis forward and letting your belly pop out front and arching your low back too much. Okay, breathe. Good, last one here, take them straight up. Bend one elbow, take the other arm up. And bend. And bend. So a little bit of side oblique work again. Breathe. That's it. Couple more, just loosening up those tight shoulders. Good. Take the arms overhead, bend the elbows back behind you. Open up your chest. Good. Take the arms up, release the strap, stand up if you went to squat, and heel toe it in, everybody. And drop your strap, drop your strap. So left leg forward, right leg back. Little bit of warrior here, little bit of warrior. Both of your blocks are on either side of your foot. And we're checking this out just from the leg standpoint. Imagine again, if we took that heel of the hand to the crease and then press down into the crease, but then lift up out of it, okay? So what I want you to feel is this push of your thigh up into your hand, okay? I don't wanna go lower. I don't wanna deepen this crease. I wanna push up, right? It's subtle, but effective. Subtle, but effective. And then press through this nice long back leg. Tone the belly in. Take your left arm to your thigh. Lengthen your torso. Press through your back foot. And I don't know if you can see that, right? So when we come into this, this is extended side angle. When we come into this, you can do this little C curve that we don't want to do. I want those underside ribs to go long. So from the hip crease to the armpit is long, 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 okay? So feel that. Take your top arm up. From an oblique or from a core work, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stay here. I'm constantly just trying this isometric lift of my leg into my elbow. And then the top arm goes down toward the floor. I look down and take the arm up. Good, 4 more. Take it down, squeeze it up. And 3, up, 4, up. Yep, 1 more. 5, up. Good, listen up. You're gonna take that left hand to left shin, straighten the leg, triangle pose. Breathe, keep lengthening the torso. Breathe. Bend the front knee, take the arms up, release your hands, turn your toes, and switch sides. So your footing is pretty much the same, right? It's right foot forward if you're following me. It would be your left foot if you're mirroring, and then your back foot turned to the side, front knee bends. Feel this again. Take your front heel to your front hip crease. I want you to push down, but then resist coming up. It's like you're making this whole side of your body longer. Yeah. And I'm thinking about one of you I know is watching right now, right? So if you're warrior 2, you're not out here, you're here. Torso, hand, lift. That's what we're looking for. Nice engagement, back leg, back glute. Lean forward, keep the length here. Take your elbow to your thigh and breathe. And then you can just play. Even if you had your hand, your top hand on your top ribs, and you drew the ribs down a little to take that C curve out of there. Top arm up, find your breath, use your back leg. And here we go, down and up and down, up, nice tone to the belly. 3, 4, 5, hold your pose. Take that bottom arm to your shin, straighten your leg. Triangle pose, find your breath. You don't have to be this slow. Lower is not necessarily better. It's just lower, okay? Breathe. Pull yourself up, bend your front knee. Release your arms, turn all your toes forward. Deep hinge of your hips, come on down. Find your breath. Hands to the floor. Turn your toes out, heels in, bend your knees, come on up. and roll it out. You okay over there? Okay. Woo. Just roll your shoulders, everybody. Take your feet a little bit wider on your yoga mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Think about those hands. Maybe they're wider than your usual. Maybe the fingers are turned out slightly. Breathe. Inhale, tippy toes. Exhale, knees hover. Hover, hover. Unless you've had enough, then don't hover them. Squeeze that belly in and breathe. 1, you're here. 2, lift your right foot. Hold. Breathe. That's it. Lower down, lift your left leg. Core work, everybody. Breathe. Lower. 1, you're here. 2, take the knees down. 3, you're going to press your right leg back while your left leg is bent. Breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot to the floor. Reach with the left. Right leg is bent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Foot to the floor. Lower your knees. Child's pose. Holy moly. Woo. I got a good sweat going for me. And breathe. So I firmly, truly believe that we start wherever we are, right? And sometimes I'm up and I'm super active, and sometimes I kind of slide off the wagon and don't do as much. And instead of beating ourselves up, we go, you know what? This is where I'm at right now, and that's where I'm going to start. So if this has been a tough class for you, go, that's okay. I'm starting where I'm at. I'll do what I can. Everything else is fine. All right. So if you're still in child's pose and hoping to stay there, we're not quite there yet. We are going to end just a little early today, hopefully. But once you come back to a seat, heels in front, we're going to do some more core work. So you get to decide. Oh, so blanket, if you have your blanket, I want you to take a second and roll it up into just kind of a little burrito roll. And you're going to put it right about, I don't know, right about where your shoulder blades would be if you were laying down. And here's why. So here's what we're going to do. And there's tons of options. Dig your heels into the floor. Take the arms out. We're going to lower down, right? So this blanket is kind of like a little training wheel, which means you're not going all the way to the floor. So then you're going to come back up, unless you need it for your little tush, right? Because that can get tender too, especially if you're not on a real thick mat. If you don't want the blanket, don't worry about it. Here's your options though. Don't have to go that far. It can be here and then back up, okay? I'm going to use my blanket for my little tush because I've been doing a lot of these lately. So that might be better. All right, darlings, here we go. We're going to attempt to do 5 of these, which means we're going down to our level, back up again. Here we go. Arms out, shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale. Curl down, curl down, curl down, curl down. Take the arms overhead and then bring the back up. Tuck your chin, squeeze up. There's 1. Good. Exhale. Overhead. Don't leave the arms overhead. Take them forward. Push up. Now, if there's no way, no how, hands under knees can help, or just don't go so far, right? Just come here. All right, number 3, here we go. Exhale on the way up. And 4, slow. And up. Good, the last one, 5, take it down. Shake it up. Woo! All right, now this is really the last one. We're not getting up again. I want you to go as slow as you can. Relatively speaking, we do have to finish class at some point. Slow as you can. Open the chest. Here we go. Don't hold your breath. Squeeze your belly. Slow, 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 slow until you're all the way down. Woo. Everybody breathe. Feel that, right? If you don't feel it now, you'll probably feel it tomorrow. So breathe. Turn onto your bellies. Come into Sphinx pose once you're there. So it is, I think, important to have a strong abdominal muscles, but it is equally important to stretch them, because if our bellies are just tight, 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 what's it going to do? It's going to make us curl down into a little ball. So come into Sphinx pose. And if you can, I just want you to sway side to side. If your belly is tight, you're going to feel this. I feel this. I've been doing quite a bit of core work lately. So just kind of roll it out. If that feels marvelous and your low back is okay, come into your hands, but don't make it a cobra, make it wide. And just see if you can find some stretch in that belly. And breathe. Oh. And then lower down, everybody. Bend your knees, windshield wiper your legs. And then roll over to your side and then back onto your back. Your feet are on the floor, your knees are bent. Your version of bridge pose, okay? So I know everybody currently watching live anyway knows bridge pose. I want you to lengthen your tailbone, press into your heels, and lift your hips. The elbows kind of tuck to your sides. Your fingers can point to the ceiling, or they can be down on your yoga mat. That's all good. No pain in the knees. If you have pain in the knees, either try going wider or turn the toes out or come into your heels. There's a lot of little play there for you. But then just see if you can stretch out this front body that we have been working pretty darn hard today. So don't make it huge, make it feel good for you. You can even do a block under your sacrum, right? To chill it out all the way. But just breathe. Keep pressing into the feet. Wherever you are on bridge, I want you to lower one vertebra at a time all the way down until you're back on the floor. Bring your knees to your chest. Rock side to side. Feet to the floor. One hand to low belly, one hand to upper belly. 2 rounds of Kapalabahti, okay? With your hands here, you're gonna feel the work. So inhale here. Exhale. Here we go. Release. Inhale normally. Exhale, Kapalabahti. Release. Exhale, normal. Good. Shift your hips to the left side of your mat. Bring your knees close to your chest. Come into a twist, everybody. Block, no block, blanket, no blanket between the knees. See how it feels for you. And then if the knees are to the right, maybe take the left arm more overhead than to the side. And feel the sweet stretch here. Feel your breath. Relax your head, your neck. Soften your face. Let the mind start to relax. If your left arm is overhead, try not to overreach it. Let it be soft, opening up the side of the chest. Release the twist on this side. Your feet come to the floor, your hips go through middle, and then they go all the way over to the right edge, your knees back toward chest, and your knees go to the left. Again, that right arm maybe goes up higher, maybe not. Relax your jaw. Another yoga class coming to an end. Another amazing start to our day or our late morning. Feel your breath. Soften your belly. And bring your knees back up. Feet to the floor, hips to the middle. Draw your knees to chest, everybody. Straighten the left leg super, super long, all the way to the corner edge of your yoga mat. And straighten the right leg also to the corner of your yoga mat. Let the thighs spread out and stretch out. Your feet relaxed, your palms face up. If you want an extra treat and it's in reach, you can take your blanket underneath your thighs or behind your knees. Always like that. It just drops that pelvis and it feels really good. And maybe notice your breath here, freer, easier, deeper, even in its normal state. One of the beauties and benefits of pranayama work is to expand and deepen our breath so that our lungs work more efficiently. I hope that made sense to you. If it didn't, shoot me an email. Just feel your whole body relax down to the floor. Just letting go. We let our yoga practice meet us where we are. And from that place, we move forward. Just a little deeper, a little softer. For those of you ready, go ahead and start to wiggle those toes, those fingers. If you want to stay in Shavasana longer, please do. It's a little short today. Draw your knees up toward your chest. Rock side to side, curl over to one side. And when you're ready, press all the way up, coming up to your seated pose. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it all the way out. Feel your whole body. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner grace and wisdom and strength, that inner strength. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.